Henry has definitely developed a striking game that was definitely more complex than it was before. He is going to give DJ a lot more problems than he did last time. I think that it will surprise somebody how long he might actually last against the champ, or how well he might look against the champ. I think this is going to be definitely a lot closer fight than it was the last time, but I definitely do think it's going to be one that everyone's going to want to tune into. It might be an instant classic. But without any further ado, we are going to talk about the main event at UFC 227. It is 16-3 TJ Dillashaw versus 11-1 Cody Garbrandt. Now, obviously, TJ is the UFC bantamweight champion, and Cody Garbrandt is the UFC's number one bantamweight contender. TJ is 11-3 since joining the UFC. He's only lost once since 2014. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Dillashaw was on a tough 14. He lost in the finals to John Dodson. John Dodson knocked him out convincingly. It was actually a really good fight. TJ was in it the whole time, but Dodson ended up coming out on top. He's only lost to 3 people in his entire career: Dominic Cruz, Rafael Sunsao, and John Dodson. Those 3 guys aren't slouches. TJ Dillashaw has only lost to top talent guys. But standing across from him is a very young and hungry Cody Garbrandt. And Cody Garbrandt is 6-1 since joining the UFC. He's only lost once, and that is when he lost his belt to TJ Dillashaw. He's the only man to beat Dominic Cruz in the UFC. 4 of his 6 UFC wins came by finish. All those finishes came by TKO or knockout. So Cody and TJ, obviously, if you know any of the history between the two, used to be training partners at Team Alpha Male. Conor McGregor called him out on him leaving, TJ that is, leaving to Colorado with Dwayne Ludwig. And it all happened. Conor was right. TJ did up and move to Colorado. TJ and the rest of the team, Alpha Male, felt really betrayed, I guess you could say, by what TJ did. I guess it's supposed to be a brotherhood. Your gym's supposed to be a brotherhood. You don't fight each other unless you're training, and you don't go and leave your family. But that's what TJ did, and I can't say that it was a mistake. TJ has definitely evolved since leaving Team Alpha Male. He's became a better fighter. It might have honestly been the best thing that TJ Dillashaw did for his career. He felt like he learned everything he could at Team Alpha Male, and he hit his ceiling there. And he went somewhere else with a different ceiling that he could reach somewhere else. I think it might be the best thing that TJ Dillashaw has done so far. Their title fight at UFC 227 obviously was won by TJ. It was a second round knockout. But if that fight would have went 30 more seconds within the first round, I really think Cody Garbrandt probably would have won that fight. If these guys fight 10-10, it's probably going to be 5 TJ, 5 Cody. That's how good these guys are. I really think the belt could carousel between these two, and you can even throw in a Dominic Cruz if he ends up being healthy. But yeah, that is it for UFC 227. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of some predictions for the matchups we have talked about for UFC 227. Alex Perez versus Jose Shorty Torres. I'm going to go ahead with Alex Perez on that one. I think the kid's got a lot of upside. I think that Jose Shorty Torres is going to finally lose that O in his undefeated record. Betcha Correa versus Irene Aldana. I'm going to go ahead and go with Betcha Correa on that one. Don't ask me why. I just feel like it. 15-3 Pedro Munoz versus 15-1 Brett Johns. I really like the Welsh Brett Johns on this one. The guy is very creative with his finishes, and as you've seen with that fight with Joe Soto, he could pull it from anywhere. Cub Swanson versus Renato Moicano. I'm going to go ahead and go with Moicano on that one. Like I said, he's only lost to one guy, and that's T-City Ortega. I don't think Cub Swanson is going to be the next guy that he loses to. Polyana Vieira versus JJ Aldrich. I'm going to go with Vieira. Her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is on a completely different level, and I do not think that JJ is going to be able to handle it. I believe JJ's 2 losses might have been to submission artists also. I know that she lost to Tatiana Suarez in the second round. She was submitted in the tough tournament. That obviously doesn't show up on her record, but As you can tell, her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not at the level of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. Thiago Santos versus Kevin Holland. I like Kevin Holland. You know, I watched him on the very first week of Dana White's Contender Series this season, and I think that the kid's got a lot of upside. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland in that UFC debut. Now, the championship rematch between Demetrius Johnson versus Henry Cejudo. How the hell do you go against Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson? He is quite possibly the greatest fighter we are seeing and we might ever see of all time. He could end up being better than all of them. Better than Conor, better than Khabib, better than Daniel Cormier, better than John Jones, better than George St. Pierre. The run that he is on right now is better than anyone has ever put up in their entire life, and that includes Anderson Silva. Nobody, I think, that we know of right now is going to be Demetrius Johnson for that flyweight championship. I think he is going to continue his dominance at that division, even if TJ Dillashaw decides to come down, even if Cody Garbrandt decides to come down. I think the only way you beat DJ is at 135. You do not beat Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson in his flyweight division at all, point blank, period. Now for the main event, TJ Dillashaw versus Cody Garbrandt. Sorry, wifey. I'm going with TJ Dillashaw getting the victory on this one. You know why. All right, guys. I had a blast this week. I'm going to be doing another one in 2 weeks. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all this. I sure know I am. See you guys later. Bye.